We are here with Grandmaster Georg Meier. Do you prefer Georg Gruber or Hans Meyer? Which is your favorite?
Georg Gruber.
Georg Gruber, okay. Well, the last time you played the Isle of Man, you had 2 wins at the end of the tournament. To start now, you have 2 wins through the first 3 rounds. So why take a bye in round 3?
Actually, I decided before the tournament that if I start with the black color, then I will take a bye early on, just to even out the color. So try to even them out, because now it's very likely I will have 4 whites, 4 blacks.
Okay.
Otherwise, I would usually end up with 5 blacks.
Well, and is it fair to say that the tournament strategy is a little bit different in these open events than it obviously would be in a closed event, right?
Yeah.
Especially given that this round you might have been paired. I guess you still would have played down, right? You wouldn't have gone all the way up.
Actually, I think I would have played board 1 with
Oh,
black.
really?
Yeah.
Okay, so strategically it worked out.
Yeah, you could say so. Also, an important wrinkle is that if I switch colors, then I would be white in the last round.
Uh-huh.
Personally, I very much like to be white in the last round because it gives you more options to control your fate.
Right. This is I mean, honestly, I'm kind of blown away by this. But you did get a little bit lucky in the sense that you had to request the bye before the tournament started.
No, actually, I requested after the second round
yesterday.
Really? Yeah.
So you were able to request after the win and avoid the top player and get a half a point. Dude, props for that, seriously. So I don't know how you pulled this off, but Georg Meier is joining us here as a special guest to show us one of his 2 very brilliant, very fast wins. Now, you're known as a guy who makes his first attacking move like after time control, right? I mean, you're a very technical player known for his accuracy and, if I may be so bold, beating people in drawn rook endings like me. And no, I'm kidding. Other people, right? So you play very, very... you play a very solid form of chess. So how are you winning games so quickly here?
Sometimes I get lucky in the sense, well, every chess player can get lucky when he really predicts the opening well.
Right.
So when you choose the most uncomfortable line for your opponent, then sometimes you just win very quickly, no matter what it actually is.
Interesting. And I, in my former life when I played in chess tournaments, I had the experience often of never guessing the opening right, and then finding like a year later I would use something that I had prepared for somebody else, right? Does that happen with you where you prepare in a tournament like this, you end up not getting it, but then in a much later event it becomes useful?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I'm not 100% chess professional anymore, but I still work seriously when I play and also prepare for the tournaments, and all these ideas that I find either like when I'm studying in general or when I prepare for a specific opponent, they come in handy at some point. And it's very rare that it actually works out for the game. Maybe 1 out of 6, 1 out of 7, but
that's probably a pretty good percentage even.
Yeah.
So. Well, we're going to let George here show us his victory as white, given that we could choose between 2 of them, but I feel like since you already have the white pieces, it feels right. It feels right. So lead the way. I can't wait. Yeah. I have not seen this game. So I'm very excited.
Yeah, so yesterday I was playing an Indian opponent, and I'm always happy when, after preparing, I figure out that actually my knight f3 openings is
going to work.
Yeah.
Right? So you don't have to leave your comfort zone, and you're confident it's going to work against your opponent.
Yes. So he played knight f6, and I had seen a game where his opponent was playing some double fianchetto, and basically I was just trying to get there with my opening moves.
Okay.
Actually, no. I started with G3.
Okay.
He played G6, B3.
Did you study any Hikaru Nakamura's games on Chess.com to prepare this line? Or is this just all your own work?
I have seen too many of his games, so probably I'm ready.
Yeah, okay.
So it looks like I'm just, playing the opening quite randomly, but...
I'm already fascinated that you have somehow won this game in 15 moves.
Yeah. So he played D6 here. I don't want to let him play E5, so D4. He uses the fact that I'm not yet castled, so if I would take on C5,
we have queen A5, right? Yep.
And he keeps a nice structure, taking back with the queen.
Right, okay.
So I played bishop G2.
Now I'm always worried about these types of early, is this a version of the ready? Like how would we classify this in the ECO?
I have no idea.
All I know is it's in the letter A. The letter A is popping in my head, and maybe some sort of like hybrid ready. And I'm always worried about, the early transition for white, giving up the 2 center pawns versus 1. But you feel like the activity here, that's kind of the key, and the pressure that this bishop exerts prevents the queen side from developing.
Actually, this is the position we got in the main story.
Oh, okay. So we'll find out.
the main story is usually will white get some space advantage playing c4, or is black gonna take the center?
Okay.
Because if black does and manages to keep it, then of course it's very nice for black.
Okay. So my fears are correct that you should be afraid of giving black the center here, but the key is that the timing specifically works out that black is just not quite able to get that.
Exactly. So my opponent played d5.
Okay.
I played c4.
Okay. All in. I love it.
Yes, and basically in line with the strategy is to play e5, but we'll see why it doesn't work out.
Okay.
Because after all, I'm better developed, and
Right.
his queen side is still sleeping, so he has to go d4.
Uh-huh.
And now, of course, if I would just develop my pieces, let's say castle knight d2, he would have time to castle knight c6 and support the center.
Okay.
So it's important that I strike while he's underdeveloped. And I still have one square for my knight. Well, I don't really count
Two,
free.
but yeah, exactly.
Doesn't want to go there, I go knight b4.
Okay. And okay, so there's two ways tactically to try to support the pawn, either tactically or with the pawn here, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So he went e4.
I'm assuming queen a5 is just met by queen d2 or bishop c3.
Queen d2 is good enough.
And d3 is probably falling here at some point anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
And here we have a typical situation where if you give black two more moves, he could be strategically winning, but
Right.
now his...
No, literally, if like castles and bishop g4 or bishop f5 and you're just...
Yeah, but right now I'm better developed and his pawns are not supported, so I'm just going to use that. Knight d2.
Okay. So the pawn has to be defended or no?
He castled because...
Aha, he's got tactics here, okay.
Right now, if I would just take the pawn here, there are several problems. I mean, bishop g7 is met by knight f2.
Ooh.
And I do have to take that knight, it's attacking my queen. And then my king is kind of open. I would not really like to play this position. Because there's a queen f6 check coming and, well, it's going to be awkward.
Pawn not worth the loss to castle and the dark squares.
Yeah,
okay,
like not to lose my coordination.
Okay. And what's the other issue? So tactically, if takes, bishop takes c7, so that's the main issue.
Actually, the main issue in a way is that if black would just take back here, there is a double attack with queen e7.
Ah, wow. Subtle. I feel like that's like a tactics trainer problem that I would get the answer wrong to, just at the end of the line. The simple queen e7. Okay, very nice. Okay.
So I had to be a bit careful here, but I saw in advance that just bishop takes f6 is very strong. I take away the most important piece to support these pawns.
Now, when you say you saw in advance, was this still prep?
No, I'm...
So where did your prep end? Like after c4?
Basically, this general type of position is known to me, but usually I get something very similar when already being castled.
Okay.
And I inverted the move order. I played b3, bishop b2 early, and in all these like slow openings, the move orders can
really
matter a great deal.
Yeah, really change things.
And when you, I mean, for me, this is kind of my main repertoire. So it's good that I jump around between the move orders and try to use these little wrinkles.
Right. Be less predictable and often against maybe a less experienced opponent, right? That's half your advantage, is just getting them in an uncomfortable...
For example, I've never seen a position where this knight before.
I've never seen a position with
that came up to me during the game.
Right. Interesting.
So here my opponent started to think forever, maybe half an hour, and I understood that he didn't grasp what was about to happen.
Right.
And eventually he took with the bishop. If he would take with the queen, I can just go rook c1 and next move the guys
and
falling.
You have the d5 square for the knight, so there's really no risk out here. Yeah, that's key.
So he took with f6. I took on e4.
I love where this is going.
And of course I would be very happy to give this exchange. Now the long diagonal is completely exposed.
You might even just meet this with this and ignore the d3 pawn, right?
Yeah, and I mean on top of this wonderful attack on the long diagonal, I will be kind of 2 pawns for the exchange.
Right.
While giving mate.
Yeah, while giving mate, right? There's the perks we have, right?
Yeah.
A checkmate attack with benefits, as I like to say.
So we got this position.
Okay.
He played bishop g4. Kind of a cunning move.
Okay, so trying to deflect the queen from a1 and not leave your queen on the most dangerous diagonal. Makes sense.
Yeah, most importantly, when he takes here, he wants the bishop to be alive.
Okay.
but I played f3,
Right.
d2. Again, he's kind of trying to deflect my pieces from either protecting a1 or to go backwards, so the
Right.
pressure from the long diagonal would be gone.
But you're
But
just gonna.
I just went king e2. When you're well developed, then the king in the center always feels safe.
Yeah.
It's usually the side with the initiative that is attacking. It's not both at the same time. So here, he eventually had to go back. Bishop e6.
Yeah. Bishop's hanging.
And now I'm just 2 pawns up.
You're not even down the dark squared bishop anymore. No more exchange. I assume you took with the queen.
Yes.
And
Some people would actually resign here.
how did that happen?
Yeah.
Yeah, amazing, right? I mean, you've got the compensation and the pawns. Queen d4 is coming. The other rook's coming. Like maybe he played rook d8.
Yeah, just
Okay.
show the last moves without much comment, because this was really easy with 2 pawns up. So knight c6, rook c1. Now I'm just developing. Knight e7, f4,
I love that move.
g5. He would like,
Desperation.
yeah, he would like to take on f4 and then get some
Yeah.
space
in,
for his
h4
knight, and
maybe or something.
my king
Yeah.
would be a bit open.
Okay.
So I decided to just take it. e4. Any checks I can just parry with bishop f3. Queen e5. Now he's threatening to take on d5 with the
Everyone
pin.
loves a
so
pin. King f2.
King f2. And now he's just desperate. He
It's-
opens up the position which helps me win
Makes
the
sense.
game more
You've got queen
quickly.
g5. You have the rook coming over.
Yeah, but I didn't even bother with these
Yeah.
things.
Take with the bishop, I would guess.
I mean, yeah, everything is good. But
Okay.
I took with the rook because if he takes on d5, I will have a rook g4
Okay.
check.
Very nice.
He went queen g7, king g1.
Castles by hand.
Yeah. Knight f5, bishop h3, and he resigned immediately.
Double attack. Rook g4 and the knight.
Yeah, so...
And I guess if knight h6, you have something coming into e6, rook h4.
yeah, that's too much. I mean, 2
Okay.
pawns and domination.
Well, did you apologize to him after the game? Did you just say, hey,
He ran away too quickly.
you ran away too quickly? You couldn't even say, like, look, I don't even know how I won that fast. You know, I didn't expect it. But that was fascinating. And I think that one of those positions where in over-the-board, we'll say longer time control games, it's not even an over-the-board to online comparison, after a situation like g5 occurs, to show that you don't have the fear of playing the position with the king in the center, right? In blitz, it might be a lot harder to play moves like f takes g5 and e4. Maybe you're worried about your king, but here you have enough time to calculate and know that you're actually perfectly safe here. I think superficially it looks, it does black have compensation, but really no, right? There's just no checks. There's just nothing. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, my instinct was not to take on g5.
Right, because it seems counterintuitive, right? Your opponent just played g5, right? You're not supposed to just take it.
Yeah.
And so you said you spent some time on that, and I think it's instructive for the members to see that regardless of things that we should be afraid of because of principles, we should be a little bit afraid when our king is in the center. We should be a little bit afraid of tactics, but if you calculate accurately, then you can make moves that seem at first a little counterintuitive and just full steam ahead, right? Being aggressive. So,
Right.
well, thank you. This was awesome. I think this is going to be a big hit with the fans. So let's remind everybody where they can follow this guy here with the sexy collar underneath the sweater. I have the same look sometimes right there, but we can follow you on Twitch, right?
Yeah, I mean, I used to stream a lot on the Arena Kings, and
You've been busy lately.
I've been busy because I just moved to a new city, started a new job, but I will be back in the arena.
Yeah, we'll have him back there soon. And all right, man. Well, appreciate it. Thank you for being here. And till next time, good luck in the rest of the tournament.
Thank you.